Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this Wednesday morning. We got a big show lined up, but first let's get our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. That road construction coming along really good now since the weather sort of cleared up. Give those guys a lot of time to get in there and get that stuff done. I just love to watch road construction. As a teenager, I worked one summer when they were 4-lane in the Highway 90 between Tallahassee and Quincy. I've always been just enamored with road construction, so forgive me if I talk about it too much on here, because it's just building roads is something that just fascinates me with the big old rollers and all. And so anyway, that's why I mention that all the time. And the Florida Department of Transportation oversees all of that, but the Roberts Brothers and Gulf Asphalt and all those guys has those crews here. So anyway, let's move on to our weather. High today, 70. 70 is going to hit 70 on December 9th, 2015. Low tonight will be 58. But get this now, the water temperature has dropped down to 66 degrees in 5 days. I'm sorry, it's dropped 5 degrees in 8 days. On December the 1st, it was actually 71 degrees on December 1st. Today is 66 degrees. So that's the drop that we've talked about that starts that, that fall run and everything that really moves it on. So that's why they catch them pompano this time of year, and it's because of the water temperature has just been late doing it. In the second week of December, you're seeing that. Okay, river reading brought to us by Watson's Landing Marina and Dry Storage right here on Business Highway 98, 2 minutes east of Harrison Avenue. We're looking at Apalachicola at Bluntstown, 6.6, and in real good shape there. And also the Choctawhatchee at Caryville, 6.3. Both of them, not a lot of movement. The Choctaw is staying level, and the Apalachicola just got a little drop. Talked to Bill Allen yesterday. He and his son and grandson just got back from their squirrel hunting trip, and he brought up a good point on if you want a squirrel report. He said a lot of squirrels are out there. What has happened is all that high water during the beginning of squirrel season kept a lot of the squirrel hunters out of those sloughs, just couldn't get back in there. So there's a lot of squirrels in there if you want to plan a good Christmas squirrel hunting trip. Don't sound like a bad idea, does it? I may do that one day. All right, let's go to the tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemeteries. Wednesday, December the 9th, we're looking at a low tide of 603 and a high tide of 804. Folks, we got 2-foot tides right there, really strong tides in the next few days. Just got off the phone with Sea Quarters Marina. Got a report from them. They're catching some nice trout down there. He said they're using, actually wrote it down, squid and frozen shrimp. They're catching them on down there. So the redfish are good in the bay, the squid and the speckled trout up there in the bayous right now. So good report from down there. Our marine forecast today is light and variable. Perfect day to be on the water. All right, take our break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. Good to have you coming on. I talked to all of y'all in different places, a lot of y'all in all kind of places, and some of y'all are drinking coffee now, some of y'all are running back and forth getting ready to go fishing, some of y'all are just sitting around sort of flipping channels. I'm glad you stopped on this one, and all kinds of stages. A lot of y'all getting ready to go to work, and some of y'all just can't sleep. So we're glad to have everybody here. So it's a combination of folks, even you non-outdoorsmen. A lot of y'all watch the show. We just appreciate you watching it, because these pictures we show, we almost show a daily. We do show pictures almost every day, and it's just a daily entourage of just great pictures. So let's start. A lot of times it's just good wildlife photography, and Tom Gurley has this one right here. This is a Cooper's hawk, and Tom is an excellent wildlife photographer. I'd encourage some of y'all any of y'all to get into that. Here's another picture of it. Great clarity in it, and I enjoy. I'm not a good photographer, but I appreciate people's professional photography and how they get close to them, and just all this detail and the scale of it. It's a really good deal. All right, if you've been watching the show the last couple of weeks on our famous Friday fishing forecast, you've heard me talk about the black drum. You've heard me pinpoint the Lynn Haven Bridge and other areas, but this is the Lynn Haven Bridge. You can tell right away by the color of those pipes on the old bridge right there. And this is on Panama City Fishing. This is Kellyanne Jordan. Really nice black drum, and I've got some more pictures of black drum people sent. And one guy sent me this picture of some fried black drum, and he said it was really good. So I'm glad they're enjoying it. I know you've seen it before. Every now and then you need to remind yourself: give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and he has to buy graphite rods, reels, spinnerbaits, jigs, crankbaits, jerkbaits, plastics. and a boat and a truck. It needs a trailer too. All right, I'm gonna skip this. Okay, I do want to mention this real quick. It's sort of, I know it's small and everything, but I want to recommend Juniper Creek. That's 4 miles west of Clarksville. That's a neat little area. A lot of folks don't get into it. It's a good family area to hunt. You got you got a nice stands in it, and we'll talk more about Juniper Creek. I can enlarge it here. You can see this is Clarksville right here. 4 miles. You go in the road here. You got to check in, and you got different zones, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way 7 zones, and you see those little. You can see what they call the research areas closed, and they got food plots up there. That little section in the middle, private property. A shooting house is stars. See all the stars? That's a shooting house. Of course, you're going to make reservations. That's ideal for you folks not on leases or anything. Check this out. It's really nice. It's called, right here, Juniper Creek Wildlife Management Area, right under 1,000 acres in Calhoun County. So I want to recommend that to you folks not on leases and all. I'm going to skip these next two, Jeff. Let's go in right here. I got a picture from our good friends and kinfolks over there in Teloja, Florida, and we talked about this. This is right here. This is little Monroe Crow. It was Papa Paul Summerlin. That's the first buck he's ever seen. So you get him trained right, Amanda. Good job there. Okay, let me see. I got this picture right here. This is interesting. Matt Spencer from Alpha sent this to me. He was up in a tree stand, and he was, Matt, first of all, he said he's coming down a tree stand, and this was under the tree stand. And I think I would dispose of it too if he was under my tree stand. So Matt says he watches the show every night on YouTube. He's one of our YouTube viewers. So Matt, thank you for sending that. And we'll just talk about this one later too. Okay, so that takes care of our pictures. It's always fun doing these pictures, and I appreciate y'all sending them to me. I get most of y'all send them to me, get them off email, and some off Facebook, and then on Panama City Hunting and Fishing, I get a couple of them. So I want to give y'all credit for that. So anyway, it gives you a daily update of what's going on. Now, move on real quick. Bill Dozier, remember yesterday we had that video on the derelict boats up there at the Southport Landing off McKenzie Road. Got a call last night from Bill Dozier. I appreciate him calling me, and he sort of clarified what's going on. So they have a volunteer that's actually helping them out. The volunteer, Gerald Nelson. I wrote down some notes from our phone call. Gerald Nelson is going out and helping get the boats, and they're bringing them to that ramp. Now, the county is doing this. It's not a private group. And what they're doing, they're getting these boats, and they're going to get them all out in that staging area right there. Then they're going to crush them up and take them off to the off the landfill, or one of the landfills. It might be anyway. They're taking them off to trash them and all. So that's really good to get them out of the water. And the landfill will have them. And they may close that ramp temporarily when they bring in the machine in there to crush them all up and everything. It may be closed temporarily, but he said by mid-January everything will be out of the way. And it's worth it, a sacrifice to us to go to another boat ramp. They got Donald Pennett's boat ramp, they got Lynn Haven boat ramp while they're doing that, because the end result is going to be the betterment of all of our outdoorsmen to get those derelict boats out of there. Had a good talk with Bill. Appreciate him calling me on it. And we're talking about politicians. A lot of times I give them, most politicians are in it for themselves. But Bill Dozier is a fine man, and he gives politicians, there's a group of politicians who are, I was thinking driving in this morning, who are really good folks, and Bill's one of the good guys. And our county commissioners, we got some good county commissioners. In fact, Bill assured me he will not vote in favor of charging a fee at any boat ramp in Bay County. And rest assured, he said he didn't think any of his fellow commissioners would vote for that either, because that's been interesting. So I appreciate Bill. Bill is a good, honest man. In fact, keep him in your prayers today. He's going under his 5th chemotherapy treatment this morning. So he's about knocked out. Folks that go through these about knocked out from 7 to 10 days when they get these strong radiation treatments and all. So keep him in your thoughts and prayers, and he'll be back with us in about a week or so. I appreciate him, again, giving us that information there, and wrote down all the notes he said. But he's one of the good guys, and watches the show a lot. So, and each county we have some really good politicians, and that means well. A lot of times the problem is they just outvoted by the greedy ones. So what we got to do is just keep those good ones in office. All right. Now let's go ahead. Also on a boat. Well, I need to take a break. Let me take a break, and I'll be right back. Welcome back. Talking to one of the viewers yesterday after we did the talked about a boat ramp. I called it a boat ramp ruckus because we got some calls on it, and I appreciate all the feedback. He brought up a good point. He said he didn't mind charging a boat ramp because all those folks in Georgia, they charge him like $348 to go hunting as a non-resident in the state of Georgia. And I can see where it's coming from because we used to have, I'm going to talk about this later and do another show on it, but the reciprocating agreement Florida, Alabama, and Georgia had, whereas we just charged whatever the license was in the state. But that, boy, again, folks got greedy, and Alabama and Georgia charged us a lot of money. It don't cost the Georgia people but like $43 to come down here and fish. So he said adding $10 on boat ramp. But really, that's two different situations there. One's a license fee, one's a boat ramp fee. And so it's really, we're going to talk more about it later. I appreciate the feedback y'all give us on it. So, some folks are in favor of it. I think the most outdoorsmen, though, just don't like the idea of charging for boat ramps. So we'll talk, like I said, talk more about it now. Getting ready for this video, I just love getting in the woods. If I don't see anything, I'm happy. If I see something, I'm happy. If I shoot something, I'm happy. I'm just happy being in the woods. So you'll see, again, this photography, I don't have the photographer behind me. I've got a gun in one hand and a camera in the other hand, so sometimes it might be a little jerky. So anyway, Jeff, let's go and roll this video. What a beautiful morning to be in the woods. I'm getting off on a late start this morning. I'm going to hunt from, it's about 9 o'clock. I'm going to hunt from now till dark. A lot of these early morning guys are coming on out of the woods. Sometimes I do this. I sort of go against the conventional thinking. The times are from about 1 to 3 this afternoon, so I want to be at my stand. I'm going to get on. I got my sandwich and some snacks. So I'm going to go on down to my stand. Beautiful day to be in the woods. Wow. Okay, I'm checking the wind out to try to see which direction I need to approach my stand. I got a little bit of a northwest wind, and I feel very strong that it's going to, checking the reports, it's going to switch over to the west after lunch. So I'm facing west now. So I'm thinking about going in the back door, back down here, down this road right here. Now that feeder's not active right there. Well, I've got another active one. All right, I climbed up into my stand. Okay, this is behind me. I seldom look back here, every now and then I do. But I got 3 areas. All right, here's to my left right here. There's a little passage there. I'm moving around right out in front of me. Let's go down to the swampy area. This is a good spot right here. And this is grown up, but I can see back in there a little bit. Okay? And then my other area is this path right down here. All right. Next year I'm going to clear this out a little bit more right through that area. But I have some, I dropped off some little cotton balls with tinks, the original tinks. I've got 3 little cotton balls down there. Like I say, the wind's blowing from my right to left. Probably about 8 miles an hour. Now, I'm not going to talk a lot. I'm going to sort of shut this thing down and sit here for a while. And I always got to bring me some snacks. I know you're not supposed to have all kind of food, but I just love to eat, you know. Some healthy stuff. All right, we all set. Got a little bottle of water. All right. I love being in the woods. But I always think about my dad and my brother. I always wish I could hunt one more time with them. Welcome back to the truck. This creek was bone dry about 2 years ago. It's been down for the past, since that wet summer. All right, I got up and standing for a few minutes. I'm gonna do some scouting over here. This old road, this was bone dry for years. That rain we've had this summer, it's been steady. There's a big buck in here somewhere. I know, I'm looking for a sign. Now what I did, I threw some sticks down here. See, I can't go all the way across here without getting my feet wet. So what I'm gonna do, I just step right here, and I'm bone dry. But like I say, it was, let's hold some water back up in that swamp. You look at the trees and all, at the cypress. All right, not a big tree, but it's some fresh sign. It's been the last couple of days. See those needles that ain't started turning yet. And if I went right down this path here. All right, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. Let's take a quick look at our fish and game forecast brought to us today by Mark Coward of Counts Realty. Our times 10:13 to 12:13 this morning. It's going to be a beautiful morning, be in the woods or on the water. Tonight, 10:37 to 12:37. Those two times there. You know, as the Christmas vacation is coming up, and it's just Jeff and I were talking before we came on air. You really want to get everything done, and that's one time of the year that you can just kick back and relax and just enjoy everything, and hopefully you can get out and do some outdoor stuff. And I know everybody wants to go to the woods and water. Well, most people want. A lot of folks just want to get out. And I was thinking about this over the Thanksgiving about the holidays with different ideas and different things you can do. You take short outdoor trips. On Christmas vacation, a lot of y'all are off that. Well, school's out 2 weeks, but a lot of folks just close down between Christmas Day and New Year's Day. And if you can't hunt and fish every day, do some things with the family. I wrote down some ideas and different suggestions for y'all to do if you don't want to hunt or fish every day. One of the first things I wrote down, go walking on the beach. It's great exercise, and do it around late afternoon, around the sunset. That's one of the most beautiful experiences you will ever have. I just still enjoy doing that on occasion. Just walk from one end to one pier to another pier or something like that, and walk back. It's just walking on the beach. Again, walking in the woods. Now, you want to walk in an area where they're not in hunters. A lot of times, a state park, just walking out of the woods of these state parks. You know, there's some really nice places, nice state parks, and we've talked about those before. Or picnic. Go out on a picnic. Go take the family out, sit on the tailgate of the truck, or go to a state park, a picnic table there, and just have a picnic one day. Just relax and enjoy it. These little things, we do stuff like this. It's just fun. Go driving on some of these country roads. Put on John Denver song and just go driving on some of these country roads, especially like in the middle of the day, something, not a lot of people on them, and it's just beautiful. Even the wintertime woods, without the blooms and all, just beautiful. So I wrote that down. Another one, just play with the Christmas toys. You know the hottest selling item, and we said this 3 or 4 years ago when they first came out, drones. Drones are a really hot selling item. So you may not get a drone. I probably won't get one either, but somebody in my family hopefully will get a drone, and we're going to play with it. You get these remote control trucks and all, or just play with some of the kids' Christmas toys. That's a lot of fun. And play with the kids or the grandkids on things they got, and just spend time. Don't just at Christmas morning and hug and all that kind of stuff, open presents and forget about it. That following week, play with those kids, play with those grandkids, enjoy yourself. I just cannot overemphasize that. And those are some of the main ones I wrote down. I wrote down some other stuff too, and another thing I talked about was projects. We'll talk about that maybe tomorrow. But the outdoor, getting in the outdoors and doing things in addition to just fishing and hunting, what most of us love anyway, or you wouldn't be watching the show. But these other things are important. Spend some time with the family and do these things, okay? Going to wrap it up for today. As always, we appreciate the viewership, appreciate all the calls and the feedback we'll get on it so we can share with the other outdoorsmen here in the Panhandle. You make sure you do something good for your fellow man today. You have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.